Hey guys, Brian from Retry Paintball here, and today we have our Geo 2.1, and this Geo is in it's almost a navy blue and gold, but it's like a sand or a khaki kind of gold. It looks really cool, I think, and I haven't really seen many others in this color combination. So it is a 2.1 with the Pops ASA. I don't really see much of any type of blemish or anything on it. There's a little bit right here on the on-off, and that's pretty much it. I'm not seeing anything else that's not just like a little bit of dirt or something. There's a little bit of dirt in the front grip here, but in the front grip, as far as I could tell, looks really good too. It's not like hiding any scratches or anything that I could see, which is actually kind of a nice thing for having these grips on here, but it's not like it's covering something. Everything looks really good as it should. Yeah, it looks good. So let's look at the bolt really quick. It's really nice bolt out the back on these guys. Bolt and the O-rings and everything are in good shape. It's clean. detents look brand new. There's not a lot of wear. Not seeing any breach wear here either. I don't know if you can see. I'll try to get some good pictures of it, but there's no breach wear at all. So we've got Allen keys, oil, grease, and front and back. There's like one nick right there in the tip. There's a little bit of rub on the tip, but not a lot. It's got a shaft for 689 back, which would have been, and then the color matching that comes with it. Remember, these are reverse thread, so you always want to try to put, in fact, well, I've got a little bit of grease from handling the bolt on my hand. I'm going to put a little on the O-ring. So it's reverse thread. Get it on. I would do that first, then attach it to your gun. So there you go, in 689. Matching, it looks really good, those colors. I mean, it's just a knockout. Trigger feels really nice. Clamping feed neck. Starts up. So the shot counter on here is only 123, but I did reset the board. It had about 6,000 on it when I reset it, I believe. To me, it didn't feel like it was completely broken in yet. And now, since I think it does start to feel like it's broken in. So I don't know if the O-rings had just been replaced before I got it, you know, or if it really did have only that many shots on it. There's just no way to tell. It's not like a car where, you know, it's a little bit harder to roll back the mileage. But anyway, it shoots great. So Pops ASA airs up, no leaks. Let's throw my Spire. This is the Spire 260 shell, by the way, if you haven't seen it before. So it's the 260 shell with the spring ramp. If you haven't seen the spring ramp, that I think fixed any minor complaint I had with the Spire, which was that, you know, when you tilt your gun down like this, if you're behind a bunker or something and you don't have much paint left, that it wouldn't roll back. Anyway, we're not doing a video on the Spire today. We're doing a video on this Geo. So let's see how it shoots here. I think this is pretty small bore paint. But we're up, we're aired up. Eyes work. I don't know if you saw it before, but the little dot in the middle, in the top right there, is what tells you if your eyes are, if there's a ball in place. So there's a dot, so that means there's a ball in place. And I like the 260s, 261. Let's see if I have a. Haven't shot this for a while, but it's kind of nice. If you haven't seen the Planet Eclipse, it does tell you an arrow to tell you which way to increase. And it takes a couple shots usually to see it go up. Now we're at 276, 289, 271, 279, 284. So you can see you can chrono at decent speed here. So let's put some paint on it, rip off a decent looking string for this guy. It shoots really soft. If you haven't shot, you know, a spool valve gun. So let's see that again, because that was really nice. I liked the way that felt. Shoots really nice. I like it. It's definitely, I don't know if you've shot Egos, but it's softer than Ego. This is a spool valve gun versus a poppet gun that the Egos are. You know, I think Planet Eclipse built this to, you know, kind of compete with the Luxe and the DM and other spool valve guns that are out there. It's not quite as smooth as my DM, but you know, it makes me want to shoot it more, to be honest. I really like it. So eyes are on, but there's no ball. You can see it's empty. Now we have paint. So now think I'm out of air. Yeah. We're just out. But anyway, great gun. Shoots really nice, really smooth. Let's turn the Spire off. So basically, you've got to clean this gun after every time you play. Not only clean it, but you've got to lube that bolt. It doesn't need a lot of grease, just a little bit. But you know, it's more like, you know, it definitely needs more maintenance than like an Ego or other poppet style guns. It just does. It reminds me of my DM in a lot of ways. I think my DM shoots smoother. You might be able to dial in the settings on this and adjust the trigger a little bit more to get it a little bit more in line with something like that. But it shoots really well. I like it. I like the color. I actually thought it was black when I bought it. I saw it online as well from a guy on like Craigslist, and I'm like, oh cool, really nice black and gold. It'll look really good with my Spire and all that. And I went and got it and I'm like, oh, it's actually dark blue, but it looks really good. I like it. It's light. It's definitely sits lower than like an Ego 11 or a Stack 2 poppet gun that's like upright. So it's much more in line with like exactly where like your finger's pointing in a lot of ways. So some people really like that. If you like a softer shot, this or the Luxe or the DM is definitely, you know, the kind of the realm of things that you want to be looking at. Planet Eclipse software support, parts, and everything are wonderful. Very easy to get anything you need for these guns. They are just they're reliable. I mean, I've heard of, you know, even in tournaments, every manufacturer's gun going down in a tournament. So, you know, I mean, but a lot of things impact that. It's like with race cars, you know. I mean, race cars, you know, they build them to go really fast for a day. So tournament guns, you can't really compare that exactly, you know, apples to apples, because we don't shoot that much paint as they do, and you know, we don't have a full-time tech that, you know, is squeezing every ounce of capability out of our guns. So with our knowledge and what we can do, you know, these are great guns, and especially if you can get one at a used price, they're fantastic. So, I mean, I was happy to get it. I mean, you know, I got it at a, you know, for a great deal versus what they were going for at the time. Now that the Geo 3 is out, you know, these go for a little bit less than what they went for when I got them. The difference between this and the Geo 3 mainly is that you can adjust the bolt speed and the solenoid in the Geo 3, but you can't do it in this gun. But other than that, you can, everything's, you know, pretty much the same. It doesn't have the, you know, LPR sticking out that bothers some people. The reg's far enough forward you can get your thumb, and I have big hands, like big meaty hands, like I can get my thumb behind this thing. Some people like to, you know, hold the gun like this. You know, you can grab this any way you want, and with the little regulator cover, it's just, it feels really nice. It feels similar to the grips itself. It gives you a little bit more to hang on to. What you will notice is when you're shooting it, and I don't know if you saw in the video, if you roll back and look at it, you'll see the screw here actually kind of pulsates back and forth, and that's the bumper that's catching the bolt, you know, kind of as it's coming back. So if you see that moving, that's what it is, and don't worry, it's not going to fly out or anything like that. So you can leave all these things hand tight, and that's good enough. You don't need to wrench this down or anything like that. Same thing with the regulator and everything. I leave all my Planet Eclipse stuff and most of my guns, unless it absolutely requires it, hand tight, so that you can get it off and you don't need tools and you're not wrenching and straining and scratching everything. So anyway, this Geo is in really good shape. It does have the full color manual, which are just awesome. It goes through every little possible thing you could think of, every board setting. They just have probably the best manual in the business. You've got, I thought I had a Geo parts kit somewhere that had O-rings and stuff, but I'm just not seeing it here right now. But anyway, if you need that, let me know. I might be able to put one together for you, because I have, you know, large O-ring kits that work for every manufacturer. Like I've got basically the full-on Tech PB O-ring kit from O-ring Monkey, so it has everything. So if you want, I can put together some O-rings for you and throw it in a bag, and I'll do that and put that in my pictures. But you've got, like, you know, again, probably the best case in the business too. These things just feel incredible. And I use them. I throw that in my gear bag and I'm good to go. So these are great. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.